Namaste. Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my Advent calendar, day 9. My name is Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and a healer, and I am offering an inspirational reading every morning for 24 days, as well as a giveaway that I will be sending out on the after Christmas, but we'll be doing the draw here together on the 24th of December. And if you are interested in joining in and being a part of this gift box draw, all you need to do is comment below the video after the live stream is finished. And you can go back and comment on previous days as well, too, if you haven't done so. And you'll get one entry for each day that you comment. Good morning, Clevis. Namaste. This morning for the inspirational message, I'm going to be using the Wee Moon Tarot. And I was just thinking that it's on the days when the moon is in a water sign, it's really lovely to use a deck that has the frequency of a water sign, and similarly with other signs as well too. I like to coordinate the energy of my deck with the mood of the day. So, yeah. All right, and thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that as well too. This is a reading for the collective. This 9th day of December 2023. May this message inspire, bringing clarification, support, and comfort as needed. As always, I ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Good morning, Laura. Namaste to you and Emrys. This is a favorite card from this deck. It often shows up for me. This is the Hermit card. It's called the Crone. I really like the coloring. It almost looks like a mosaic. And in a way, I'm feeling that this card speaks to, or it's an extension of what I was saying yesterday. Good morning, Saskia. Good evening. And I want to remember at this time of year how important contact and connection is. The crone helps us to weave that connection. And when I look at this archetype in terms of maiden mother crone, this is a really important archetype. And if you don't have that living crone matriarch archetype in your life, cultivate it in some way. And this is really interesting with what I'm going to be sharing with you today. One of my favorite things, it's not a tarot thing. I think it's important, not just at this time of year, but to really honor generations and, yes, wisdom and ancestors. And of course, the Hermit takes us into our own journeys and our own self-discovery. But what better way to do that by exploring your own lineage and your own ancestry and your own matriarchal lineage. Good morning, Tina. Namaste to you. You get the Hermit, or do you use this deck as well too? Wow. Okay, this is really beautiful. Let me expand the screen for you. What I'm sensing here is that it's like through your energy of this exploration, you will know yourself better. So in the Fool card, we see a beautiful soul coming out of an egg, emerging. But yeah, this is a beautiful invitation. In what way can you honor your matriarchal lineage, ancestry? And how might that support you to feel something new, something different, something, take away some of the struggle? Wow. I mean, this is a pretty, I mean, this is a very, of course, it's a matriarchal, feminine deck, but these cards are really wanting us to open to this. And yesterday I was talking about altars. And I think it was Mary Beth that made a comment about how this is not something we tend to practice. It's not just, go to sort of thing that we do on a daily basis, is to awaken an altar and light a candle and say hello to the ancestors, or go visit our favorite tree and tidy up the twigs around the tree and leave an offering, or bring some water. We don't do that sort of thing. But what I was also thinking about and reflecting on her comment was that it need not be complicated. And when I see the water matriarch here, there's four, the court cards. I'm not sure which one this is. There's a younger one, and there's obviously a very wise one, and then the two in the middle. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But what I wanted to say here was this relationship with the divine feminine, this relationship with water, with the yin, right? With the darkness, with femininity, with receptivity. Honestly, it's as simple as going to the creek and placing your hands in the creek and saying thank you and finding connection. I remember when I had a very small little retreat last spring, and I took two women into the forest who don't normally do that sort of thing. And it was very cool. The water was freezing, and I bent down, squatted down, and placed my hands in the creek, and then brought that water to my face. Just this, there's just this power of connection and water and femininity, and it's so simple and so powerful. And yes, I love what Clevis is picking up on here, the chick and the mature bird, the full cycle of life, the honoring of the tides, the honoring of the water. And know that in connecting with water, we connect with our divine feminine within. We connect with our matriarchal lineage. And you may not be near running water of any sort, but that doesn't mean you can't make it sacred with what is available within your home. When was the last time you placed a bowl of water on your altar? And not just to put flowers in, but to just honor the water. The card says water is healing. Okay. Well, take from that what you will this morning. And I decided that, I know I've shared this many, many times on my channel. Saskia says she was dreaming yesterday of doing Tai Chi near the sea. That would be beautiful. Yeah. And Clevis, this point is really important as well, too, that there's a conscious energy to place all four elements on the altar, something representing each one of them. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right. So, yeah, I've shared this many times, and I just decided I would do this today because there's this beautiful poem on this page. This deck is published by a company called We Moon, and they also publish a journal every year. And I use this journal to track the moon, and I love its art and poetry. And I thought I would read to you the poem that is on the page for today. This poem is called Gob Smacked. Listen, I intend to be gobsmacked by the beauty of blossom in every spring I live for, bewildered by the majesty of the sky, transformed by the light in my friends' faces. Let me tell you, I am not going to be serious when playing is allowed. I have come through too many dark places to waste any time censoring what is permitted to bring me joy. I got here on knees and on wings, with a heart surprised daily at its elastic greatness. Somehow I made straw into gold, coal into diamonds, pain into fuel, because I pledged to keep loving this crazy world. That poem is by Nell Aurelia and was written in 2021. Beautiful. I don't have my Wee Moon 2024 yet. I went into the shop to get it, and they didn't have the spiral bound ones, and I really like those. You're welcome, Saskia. Okay, so in this same sort of vein, what I wanted to share with you today was, now I'm confused. I have so many things on the table here. Okay, change of plan. I'm going to share with you a Christmas cookbook. Now, this Christmas cookbook brings me so much joy because it is stained by food, by cooking. It has adjustments, markings. It has, oh, maybe I should put it on the big screen and I can share it with you. That's kind of fun. I really do like cookbooks. And then I'll back way up. Okay. And this cookbook, let's see, and it's full of little pages and papers that are on the inside. Maybe things I have. Oh my goodness, there's a Christmas cartoon. Some other recipes that have come to me. Oh, this one. This is something that there was a series of cookbooks called The Best of Bridge. And this, I don't know what happened to those books. My mother had them, but you can tell this how old this is because of the quality of the photocopy paper. And I make a variation of that recipe. Okay, so my question, I was looking to see when this book came out. And, this is funny because I used to receive this magazine. I was quite an avid cook in my youth. My mother wasn't, and I started cooking probably when I was about 13 years old. And I subscribed to the Canadian Living magazine, and I was quite a cook in my early years. I mean, I still love to cook, so this book is this one says 1993, and I just wanted to. It's really beautiful. And I've made just about everything in this cookbook. I've made both of these desserts. And I've made this one too. And it's not just desserts, it has all kinds of savories and baking and all the traditional recipes, lots of lovely baked vegetable recipes and all kinds of things. Um, and it has a few crafts in here as well too. This frittata. I don't have a pan that shape, but I often make frittata the Christmas morning. And this, this is one of my, I love this recipe. Um, it's really a great thing to do with leftover turkey. And yeah, I made this holiday pot pie many a time. And it's funny, this cookbook, I only bring it out at Christmas, and I tend to make a lot of things in it. It's really, yeah. So it's a real staple in my this time of year. All right, let's put that to the side when I'll give you my tarot tip of the day. And again, thank you all for your amazing comments. I really appreciate some of the things you have said have really touched my heart, and I'm glad that this Advent calendar project is resonating. Okay. Is it possible I didn't bring what I needed over here? That is really something. Okay. I'm going to stand up and go behind the screen and get it. Where did I put it? That's so bizarre. Okay. Well, I don't know where I put it. Very bizarre. Well, I can still give you my tip without the deck I wanted to share. Okay. All right. So my tarot tip of the day is to put all of your decks away, except for one. And use a deck for a long time. Now, a month minimum. I would say a year. I would say a year. I think there's a real power in putting away and switching from deck to deck to deck to deck. There is so much brilliance in spending an extended period of time with one tarot deck. For those of you that have been following me, my what did I call it? I called it my Hanged Man series when I started, because the decks that I was working with were they required you to look at the cards in a different way rather than calling it a deep dive series. But I kind of changed that because people didn't understand what a Hanged Man deck was. And I began with quite short little thing, 6, 7 episodes. But then as I began to expand my deck deep dive series, they were going on 13, 14, 19, 20 videos. And honestly, unless you're using that deck every single day, that's not enough. You really cannot get to know a deck unless you use it multiple times a week and for an extended period of time. And I wanted to share with you my story with the Osho Zen Tarot. And this one that's on the table is the Margaret Peterson, and I have done a deep dive with this deck on my channel. There's playlists for all the decks that I have done that with. But my journey with the Osho Zen Tarot started when a yoga teacher drew a card from the Osho Zen for everybody in the yoga class. So everybody was in Shavasana. and she went around and she shuffled, and I'm not sure if she drew or she put it down by a hand and had us draw. Can't remember how that went. But when I saw that tarot, let's say I was gobsmacked. And I remember I got the schizophrenia card, the 2 of air card. And that was really, really interesting. And so I went home, I researched, found that deck, and I began working with it. And I used it exclusively for about 3 years. And I bought the extra book. There's a lovely book that comes with it. I bought the extra book, and I only use that deck for my readings. And it was, and I had the app, and I did the daily draw on the app as well as reading for other people, and it was really something. And so, if you can resist, the temptation to be surrounded by multiple decks, I cannot say how much you will learn by restricting your tarot deck use to one deck. And if you can commit to a month, great. It's just a brilliant, brilliant practice. Yes, let me go to the comments. I agree. It's very, very intense. And there are some, especially the court cards, and there's other very intense cards in that deck. The suit of water is the opposite. It's incredibly healing. And that particular deck is one you just need to allow it to be its own thing. And if you are interested in energy and yoga or Buddhism or any of that, it's a lovely deck to work with. So, yes. And good morning, Laura, if I didn't say that. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here today. And I hope today's message about allowing your light to shine. And if you, this is not just a message for women, this is for guys as well too, for men. What if you could shine more brilliantly? What if you could know yourself? What if something in yourself could emerge more brilliantly if you were to find a way to connect with your matriarchal lineage? That might feel really special. Yeah. Okay. Well, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.